Now, having advised both the methods, the pitfalls of action, etc. Now, the advice of Lord Krishna is, since action has to be done, we can never be actionless. We can never be without action. Action should be there. But what type of action we should do? It comes here clearly. Niyatam kuru karmatvam
नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं
karma jayaha hi akarmanaha.
कर्म ज्यायः हि अकर्मणः
Jaya means better. Niyatam kuru karmatvam
नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं
karma jayohi akarmanaha.
कर्म ज्यायो हि कर्मणः
Still you club together. Niyatam kuru karmatvam
नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं
karma jayohi karmanaha.
कर्म ज्यायो हि कर्मणः
Sharira yatra api chate.
शरीर यात्रा अपि चैते
Sharira yatra api chate.
शरीर यात्रापि चेते
Na prasiddhet akarmanaha.
न प्रसिद्धेत अकर्मणः
Na prasiddhet akarmanaha.
न प्रसिद्धेत कर्मणः
Sing together. Niyatam kuru karmatvam
नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं
karma jahyohya karmanaha.
कर्म जायो ह कर्मणः
Sharira yatra pichate.
शरीर यात्रापि चते
Na prasiddheda karmanaha.
न प्रसिद्धेत कर्मणः
Krishna says, Kuru tvam niyatam karma. Perform your obligatory action. Perform your obligatory action. What is niyatam karma will be explained later. Perform your obligatory action. Because karma jayaha hi akarmanaha. Because action is indeed superior to inaction. Karma is action. Akarma is inaction. He says action is indeed, that's why he means indeed, is indeed superior to inaction. Krishna, remember Arjuna asked first question, Jayasi Chet. Arjuna asked, which is better? Now Krishna is telling here, action is always better than inaction. And further he continues, and akarmanaha sharira yatra api te na prasiddhet. And with inaction, even maintenance of your body is not possible. That is because act of eating, act of drinking water, act of breathing is also action. So if you don't do this, you will not be able to even live. So that is what Krishna tells. You have to do action. Now, he tries to explain what is niyatam karma. Niyatam karma can also be called as a nityam karma. What has to be done every day, every moment. What has to be performed regularly. What has to be performed always. This is called niyatam karma. So, niyatam karma means obligatory action. Action prescribed by Shastras, action prescribed by Swabhava, our own nature. Depending on my nature, action is always there. Both together is what is called Swadharma. Later, Krishna will tell Swadharma, how good it is, how essential it is. Krishna will explain to Arjuna. Now he is telling, Niyatam Karma, you perform. Now, Shastras perform some actions which have to be performed. Some actions which should not be performed. There are some do's, there are some don'ts. Both we have to understand and do this what Shastra says. Apart from Shastra, your own body will tell you. Body will tell you that you have to breathe. Body tells you to breathe. Body tells you to eat. So these things are inevitable. They have to be done. But Shastras do not refer to many natural or common sense actions. These are left to your sense of discrimination, what is called viveka. So these have to be done. That's why he says, Niyatam kuru karmatvam
नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं
कर्म ज्याह्यो ह्यकर्मणः
कर्मजायो कर्मणः
तीरयात्रापि च ते
शरीरयात्रापि च ते
न प्रसिद्धेद कर्मणः.
न प्रसिद्ध्येत कर्मणः.
Now, here it explains to you how karma has been born, from where karma, what you call action, from where action has come. It says it has come along with the creation. Lord Brahma created this right from beginning. When he created the beings, he also created action. So these two go together. That's what it says. Yagnarthat karmanaha anyatra.
यद्यार्थ कर्मणः अन्यत्र
Yagnarthat karmanaha anyatra.
यद्यार्थ कर्मणः अन्यत्र
लोकः अयं कर्मबन्धनः.
लोकः अयं कर्मबन्धनः.
तत् अर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
तत् अर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर.
मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर.
यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र.
यत्यार्थो कर्मणो
No,
यत्यार्थो कर्मणो
no, no.
अन्यत्र
यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र.
यज्ञार्थो कर्मणो यन्त्र.
Actually, no, yajnarthat you can spell pronounce separately. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra
यज्ञाता कर्मणो यन्त्र.
lokoyam karmabandhanaha.
लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः.
तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
मुक्तसङ्ग समाचर.
मुक्तसङ्ग समाचर.
Now to understand this verse, we have to understand first what yajna means. Because here it says, perform action only for yajna. Any activity other than that will create bondage. It creates bondage for you. So being free from attachment, perform action for that sake only, for yajna only. So very important to understand what yajna is. The meaning is simple, but implication is very important to understand. Ayam lokaha karma bandhanaha. This world is bound by actions. What actions? Anyatra yagnarthat is bound by actions other than those performed for the sake of yagna. Yagna actually means sacrifice. So Krishna says, Arjuna, mukta sangaha. Mukta sangaha. Sangha attachment. Mukta means free. Being free from attachment, samachara karma tat artham. Perform action for that sake only. Now, here the term yagna is very important to understand. Yagna literally means sacrifice. What is sacrifice? The moment you hear the word yagna, sacrifice, we immediately think of a yagna kunda, homa, or ahuti, which you are putting. That is one meaning of yagna. But yagna, the term which is used in Bhagavad Gita, is different. Yagna or a sacrifice is any collective activity which is done for collective welfare. Whatever I do for a collective welfare, not only welfare of myself, but welfare of society at large, where a lot of people contribute their time, effort, interest, money, whatever it is, but they are doing for a common good, that is called yagna. That is the way Gita understands, describes yagna. So sacrifice means what? You are sacrificing your time, your resources, your money, your wealth, whatever it is. You are sacrificing for a common good. So that is why it is called a sacrifice. So Krishna says any action which you do should be for a purpose of collective good. For a common good, whatever you do is the only action which you must do. But this action will not bind you. This will not create a bondage for you. But any other action which I do, that is action you do for yourself, for your self-interest, or for a desire, or with a sankalpa, It may be good or it may be bad. Whatever you do will give you, will attach you, will give a right to you to enjoy a benefit. You get a punya or a papa. You go to Swarga or you go to Naraka. But ultimately, you are bound by this cycle of life and death. You again come back to this world when that Kshine Punye Mathya Lokam Vishanti. So, this is what happens. So, if you want to break out of this cycle of bondage, you should do action which will not create bondage. The only action which does not create bondage is an action which you do for a common good. That is what is called a yagna. This word yagna is used in this sense. So yagna is a Vedic karma. It is samskara, but that is not enough. So what is referred is pavitra karma, not a kamya karma. So that's why they talk of a nishkama karma, naishkarmyam, action done without what is called phalapeksha, without desire. Only that is called a yagna. So Krishna says, perform action only for that sake. Yagnarthat karmanonyatra
यज्ञार्था कर्मणो यन्त्र
lokoyam karma bandhanaha
लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः
tadartam karma kaunteya
तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
mukta sangaha samachara.
मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर.
Now that is what says, this has been born along with you. Saha yagnaha praja srustva
सह यज्ञाः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
pura uvacha prajapatihi.
पुरा उवाच प्रजापतिः.
Prajapati is the creator, Lord Brahma. Uvacha, he said, Saha yagnaha praja srustva
सह यज्ञाः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
pura uvacha prajapatihi.
पुरा उवाच प्रजापतिः.
That means along with yagna, he created beings. The creator having together created mankind, humankind, and the yagna. He said that what his first line says. First line means along with yagna, the people were created by Brahma, who said, what did he say? Next line. Anena prasavishyadvam
अनेन प्रसविष्यत्वं
esha vaha astu ishta kamadhuk.
एषः वः अस्तु इष्टकामधुक्.
That means by this you shall propagate. You increase your numbers. You propagate. And let this be your milk cow of desired objects. Kamadhu, Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu is the celestial cow which will fulfill all our desires. Ishta Kamadhuk. Let this yagna be your milk cow of desired objects. Whatever you desire, you will get it. Let you get it. Let you get it from this yagna. That is what he says. Saha yagna praja srustva
सह यज्ञा प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
purovacha prajapatihi.
पुरा उवाच प्रजापतिः.
Say purovacha prajapatihi.
पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः.
Anena prasavishyadvam
अनेन प्रसविष्यस्त्वं
eshavostu ishtakamadhuk.
केशवोऽस्तु इष्टकामधुक्.
Eshavotvista kamadhuk.
केशवोऽस्तु इष्टकामधुक्.
These two words can be clubbed together. Eshavotvista. Eshavotvista kamadhuk.
केशवोऽस्तु इष्टकामधुक्.
Sa yagnaha praja srustva
सह यज्ञाः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
purovacha prajapatihi.
पुरा उवाच प्रजापतिः.
Anena prasavishyadvam
अनेन प्रसविष्यस्त्वं
eshavostu ishtakamadhuk.
केशवोऽस्तु इष्टकामधुक्.
Prajapati, the creator, Pura, in the beginning, Sruštva, having created, Saha Yagnaha, he created the mankind together with Yagna and said, Anena, by this, prasavishyadvam, you shall propagate. Esha astu, vaha, let this be your, let this be your ishtakamadhuk, milk cow of desired objects. That means what actually Krishna says is perform without phala apeksha, phala apeksha. Because this is a lesson we learn from nature. Every aspect of nature, the sun, the moon, the wind, the water, the earth, a river, a trees, all these discharge their functions with no desire for returns. Actually, a fruit bearing tree, children throw stones at it, damage it, but in return, it gives sweet fruits. The water, nature, everything is giving you. It does not expect anything from you. So, in a way, each such aspect of nature, which is inanimate, jada, but we are supposed to be alive. So, we should be better than this. That's why we worship all these things. We worship them as Surya, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, Agni, Bhumata, Gomata. Why do you worship them? Because we see their nobility. They give it. They only give without expecting anything from us. So this is what Krishna is telling us. You also be like this. You keep on doing good. You do for a common good. Not that you starve. You will also get a benefit from the common pool. You create, you contribute to the common pool benefits will come. You share, you also take it, let us also give. So that's the only way society has to move. So actually, Gita is also is a social document. It prescribes lot of things, good things for everybody. So this is the one segment of Bhagavad Gita of this chapter, first 10 verses. So with the other chapters, we'll continue in the next week.